The tori is on the right and the uke on the left as seen from the front. They face each other, standing about 5.4 meters or 6 mats apart. Together they turn towards the center and do a standing bow. They face each other again, sit and bow. The uke picks up his weapons, turns around, walks back 1.8 meters, and sits. He places the weapons in front of him. He stands and returns to face the tori. Ryōte-dori. The uke attempts to grab the tori's wrists. The tori kicks the uke in the solar plexus with the ball of his right foot and restrains the uke with ude hishiki wakikatame. Tsukake. The uke aims a punch at the tori's solar plexus. The tori dodges the blow and punches the uke between the eyes and follows with ude hishiki haragatame. Suriage. The uke thrusts the palm of his right hand up against the tori's forehead. The tori kicks him in the solar plexus with the ball of his right foot and twists him down onto his face, controlling him with an arm lock. Yokouchi. The tori evades the uke's attempt to strike his left temple and pushes the uke down on his back. He then strikes the uke in the solar plexus with his right elbow. Ushiro-dori. The uke grabs the tori from behind. The tori rolls to his left as if performing seoi nage and punches the uke in the groin. Tsukomi. The tori evades the uke's attempt to stab him in the solar plexus and punches the uke between the eyes, following with ude hishiki haragatame. Kirikomi. The uke attempts to slash the tori's head. The tori catches the uke's wrist and controls him with ude hishiki wakikatame. Yokotsuki. The tori deflects the uke's attempt to stab him in the side and punches the uke between the eyes, following with ude hishigi haragatame. Having finished the 8 idori techniques, they move on to tachiai. The uke and tori stand up together. In tachiai, the techniques for attack and defense commence from a standing position. Ryote dori. The uke attempts to grab the tori's wrists. The tori breaks the uke's balance to the front and kicks him with the ball of his right foot, following with an ude hishigi waki katame. Sode dori. The uke grabs the tori's sleeve, forcing him to walk forward. The tori kicks the uke in the knees with the outer side of his left foot and throws him with an o sotogari. Tsukake. The uke lunges forward and tries to punch the tori between the eyes. The tori evades the blow and steps around behind him to apply hadakajime. Tsukiage. The tori evades the uke's uppercut and takes his wrist, controlling him with ude hishigi waki katame. Suriage. The uke tries to strike the tori's forehead with the palm of his right hand. The tori evades the blow and punches the uke in the solar plexus and throws him with ukigoshi. Yokouchi. The uke tries to punch the tori in the temple. The tori dodges the blow and steps behind him to apply okuri erijime. Keiage. The uke tries to kick the tori in the groin. The tori avoids the kick by catching the uke's ankle and twists his hips to the left to kick the uke in the groin. Ushiro dori. The uke grabs the tori from behind. The tori throws him with ippon seoi nage and strikes him between the eyes with the side of his hand. Tsukomi. The uke attempts to stab the tori in the solar plexus with his dagger. The tori evades the strike and punches the uke between the eyes, following with ude hishigi haragatame. Kirikomi. The uke attempts to slash the tori's head with his dagger. The tori parries the strike and applies ude hishigi waki katame. Nukigake. As the uke attempts to draw his sword, the tori restrains his wrist and steps behind him to apply kata hajime. Kirioroshi. The uke raises his sword high above his head and attempts to slash the top of the tori's head. The tori evades the blow and catches the uke's wrist, pulling it towards his right hip, and follows with ude hishigi haragatame. The uke holds his sword in front of him, in the gedan position, and returns to his original position. He sits in seiza, takes the sword from his hip, and places it on the floor. He then picks up the sword and dagger with his right hand, stands and turns to face the tori. They sit and bow to each other, after which they stand and turn towards the front to do a standing bow and exit.